Number 2, Alabama at number 20, Arkansas.
You know, this one's interesting, folks. And the interesting part about this one, yes, listen, should Alabama win the game? Yeah, of course they should win the game. And if you listen to Wednesday's pod, you know exactly why. Okay, the talent disparity between them and the rest of college football is vast. And so should they beat Arkansas? Yes. But why is this interesting? Well, Alabama has been struggling in true road games in the last couple of years. You just go back to the start of last season, and what happened the first time they went on the road? They had to win a struggle bus type of game against Florida in the Swamp by 2 points. Then they went to A&M, got beat by Texas A&M. They went to Auburn later in the year and played a 4-overtime game against their rival. And then this year they went on the road for the first time in 2022. And what happened? They escaped Austin by a point. So again, those are 4 of their last 5 road tests, and they haven't played great. So you might assume that they're not going to play really well against Arkansas. And Arkansas is a team that played them tough a year ago. So you could talk yourself into, hey, Arkansas's got a chance in this game. Hey, you know, Arkansas might cover all these different things. Hold on to that thought. The reason Arkansas played so well against Alabama a year ago is that they were able to be two-dimensional on offense. Bama's defense is incredible. All right, and that's not going anywhere anytime soon. Last year, KJ Jefferson threw for over 350 yards against Alabama. Why? He had a great wide receiver. We saw him drafted early in the NFL draft, Treylon Burks. Burks went 8 catches for 179. It's a big reason why they were able to have success against the Tide is because they were two-dimensional. They were balanced. I don't think that they have the ability to be that balanced this year. They certainly don't have a Treylon Burks-style wide receiver on the outside. And if you watched last week's game, they weren't able to move the ball like they should have against what is, I think, a very average A&M defense. So what suggests that they're going to come out there and all of a sudden play great on offense against Bama? I think Bama wins this. I think that they win it big, and I think that Bryce Young develops more chemistry with his outside receivers. That seems to be getting better ever since that Texas game, and I think that it's going to continue in that direction. I like Alabama. I like them big, even on the road against Arkansas.
Number 7, Kentucky at number 14, Ole Miss.
So this one to me is like for division supremacy in the SEC. There's been a lot of talk and speculation over the last few days, and really the last week or so. It's like, hey, the SEC East, boy, the SEC East is really good, and they might be, but this game is going to go a long way in determining which side of that conference is actually better. Right now, the rankings, the AP poll, would suggest that Kentucky and Tennessee make the East the better side of the SEC. Ole Miss might say, hold my beer. We don't really know about Kentucky. I think Kentucky is one of those teams that if they weren't ranked so high based off of last year's performance, then they wouldn't have been shuffled up into the top 10 as quickly as they are now. I think this is a preseason bias style of rating. I don't think that they're better than Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss, by the way, is sneaky good. Ole Miss is a team that can bludgeon you on the ground. Did you know that Ole Miss is 4th in the country in rushing? I bet you didn't. Did you know that they've got a 2-headed running back monster right now? And they can include their quarterback in that rushing game that is killing folks. Zach Evans, the transfer from TCU, highly recruited player to TCU, he's at Ole Miss. And Quinshawn Judkins, one of the two. We'll figure that out. But Quinshawn is a heck of a player, running it for over 100 yards per game. You've got Zach Evans there. He's a talented guy. And I think offensively, Ole Miss is a style of team that can just grind you into submission because of the way that they can run the football. I don't know what Kentucky is. This is for division supremacy. And with the game being at Ole Miss, you start to look at the trend of what Ole Miss is at home. Lane Kiffin in his first 3 home games at Ole Miss, 0-3. You'd be like, man, bad start for Lane Kiffin. Since that point, 12-0 at home. They're 12-0 in their last 12 at home. Give me Ole Miss in this one. I think they take care of business. They beat Kentucky, and we start to look at the SEC West as the better side of the SEC than the East. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.